Greetings. Welcome to the Culinary Arts Unit 4 Mother Sauces and its Derivatives. Let's do a small recap on what we understood in the previous session. So in the previous session, we were discussing on the mother sauces and its classification. So the mother sauce is being classified into the hot sauces, which includes like tomato sauce, bechamel sauce, velvety sauce. We also have the emulsification of sauces, which includes like mayonnaise, which is again a cold sauce, and we have the hollandaise sauce. Apart from this, there are also a non-derivative sauces, compound butter sauces, and also we were discussing on the proprietary sauces. So proprietary sauces is something where we get it in the normal stores, like for example, tomato ketchup, fish sauce, soya sauce, etc. So in today's session, let's discuss on the 5 basic mother sauces and its derivatives. So now what are the derivatives in the sense? This is one of the most very essential skills that every chef should be knowing. That is the 5 or 7 mother sauces and the derivatives. So derivatives is only when you have the additional of flavors and ingredients added to this mother sauces where you come across with a new flavor, that is a new sauce which has been created with the base using as a mother sauces, is what you call it as a derivative sauces. Sometimes it is also called as the daughter sauces. Now, let's understand what we'll be understanding in today's session. Today's session, you'll be understanding about the mother sauces, its derivatives, and also its method of preparations of these derivative mother sauces. So let's understand. Now, the mother sauces, as you can see here, the mother sauces are, you have the bechamel sauce. It comes under the classification of hot mother sauces, velouté sauce, brown sauce, hollandaise sauce, mayonnaise sauce, and you have the tomato sauce. So they're basically 4 hot sauces and 2 emulsification of sauces. In that emulsification of sauces, one is the hot and one is the cold sauces. So cold sauce is nothing but your mayonnaise sauce. I'm pretty sure you all have tasted the mayo. For example, when you had a french fries or burger or any wrap, a mayo is used as a dressing for these to enhance the flavor and also to bring the creamier texture. That is due to the emulsification. Now let's understand the derivatives of these sauces. So as you can see in the PPT here, the mother sauces are highlighted and the derivatives of these sauces are, like for example, in bechamel sauce, we have the cream sauce, we have Mornay sauce, we have the fine herb sauce and chili Mornay. So this is nothing but we use a base as a mother sauces. Additional of 2 or 3 ingredients is what gives us the derivatives of these sauces. Now, first one is the bechamel sauces. So the derivative of the bechamel sauce is basically Mornay sauce. It's pronounced as Mornay sauce. Now, what is Mornay sauce? Mornay sauce is where you take a bechamel sauce as a base. Now, to this base, you add a grated Parmesan cheese and also you add a grated Gruyere cheese. So when you add 2 cheeses is what it calls as the Mornay sauce. Now, this sauce is basically used especially as in a wrap or in a rolls or especially in burgers. And in continental cuisine, these sauces plays a very key roles in order to let's say dressing a salad, or let's say for the burgers or for the steaks and all. These bechamel sauce plays a very important role. How do you make a bechamel sauce? Just a small recap. The bechamel sauce is where you use 1:1:10. That is 1 part of flour, 1 part of butter, and 10 times of the milk is what you make a bechamel sauce. This is about the Mornay sauce. Next one is the cream sauces. Now this cream sauces is basically made with, again, you use a base as a bechamel sauce. To this base of this bechamel sauce, when you add extra cream to it, that is when you add a heavy cream and you make it more thicker and more richer in flavor, is what you get the cream sauce. Next one is basically the mustard sauce. Now this mustard sauce is basically where we add the bechamel sauce, and to this bechamel sauce, when we add a prepared mustard, is where you get the mustard sauces. Next one we have is the Subi sauce. You pronounce it as how? You pronounce it as Subi sauce. So to the Subi sauce, when we add the bechamel sauce, to this we add the diced onion, is where you get the Subi sauce. Next one is a Scotch egg sauce. So this Scotch egg sauce is basically basically you take a bechamel sauce again. You had the hard-boiled egg. So here the egg preparation goes. That is being cut. The egg white is being cut and the egg yolk is being sieved. You mix it with the bechamel sauce. It becomes more creamy and richer in texture. And also you get a bite of the egg yolk and egg white, and that is what it's called as a Scotch egg sauce. Next one is the cardinal sauce. The lobster sauce, sorry. So this lobster sauce is where when you say a lobster sauce, it's very well understood. You take again a bechamel sauce, you add the lobster chunks to it. You also add the anchovies to it. Anchovy is a very small variety of fish, and you add a little bit of cayenne pepper, and that is where you get the lobster sauce. Now, where is this actually used? This is used as a dip for the seafood dipping, or it is also used for making a seafood dishes. This sauce is widely used. Next one is the cardinal sauce. This cardinal sauce is basically you take a bechamel sauce, we add the truffle essence. Truffle is one of the most expensive ingredients in kitchen. You have black and white truffle. It is basically comes under a fungi category. Then you have a reduction of fish stocks, fish sauce. You had a red lobsters, butter, and again a cayenne pepper. So these are the derivatives of the bechamel sauce. It is very easy, and it is very important for the chef to at least know the 2 or 3 derivatives of each mother sauces. Next one, we will get into the velouté sauce. Now, the velouté sauce here, velouté sauce, how is it made? It is again 1:1:10, where you take 1 part of butter, 1 part of flour, and then you add 10 times of the stock to it, and that is where it takes a velouté sauce. Velouté sauce. So how is a velouté sauce made? 1:1:10. So what are the derivatives of these velouté sauce is that this velouté sauce, first one you have is the supreme sauce. Now supreme sauce is nothing but again velouté plus cream, that is the heavy cream when you use, you get the supreme sauce. Almond sauce is basically you take a velouté sauce, we add a dice of mushrooms, and to this mushrooms we add the egg yolk, and also we add a little bit of spices, that is a grated nutmeg, and we also add a little bit of sourness, that is the lemon juice, and it has been mixed together is where you get the almond sauce. Normandie sauce is basically we get a fish velouté. So here we particularly make fish velouté. We add the mushrooms, we add the mussels, and we also add the lime juice is where you get the Normandy sauce. Mushroom sauce, the name itself says we take the velouté sauce, we add the diced mushrooms, and we also add a little bit of, especially to this, we also add the cream to it, and we also add a little bit of mushroom liquor, and we also add the egg yolk, and that is where we get the mushroom sauce. Next one is the sauce albufera. This albufera sauce is where we take a velouté sauce, we add cream, that's nothing but velouté supreme, we get the supreme sauce. Now to this supreme sauce, we add the meat glaze, and then we add the butter to it, and that is how it becomes a sauce albufera. These sauces are basically where it is used in a lot of continental dishes to accompany the pasta, the burgers, and other wraps as well. Is basically you take the velouté sauce, you add the tomato puree, and then you add the butter. So it gives a more creamier in texture, which is basically used for the pastas and also for certain steaks. The sauce is widely used. Next one we have is the sauce bercy. So for this sauce bercy, again we take a fish velouté, that is you take a fish stock has been added to the flour and butter. So we take the fish velouté. To this we add the chopped shallots. We also add the butter to it, white wine, and also a little bit of chopped parsley is where we mix it together and we get this sauce bercy sauce. Next one is sauce bonifoy. So this sauce bonifoy is nothing but we again take a reduction of white wine. We add the velouté sauce, we as a base, then we add the shallots, ground pepper, and then it has been finished with a herb called as tarragon, which has been added to it. Oyster sauce is nothing but we again take a velouté sauce, we add the poached oyster, and then then apart from this we have sauce Indian. It is nothing but a curry sauce. We take a velouté sauce, we add the curry powder, we add the coconut milk, cream, and lemon juice. So it is more coconutty and richer in consistency. So this is about the velouté sauce. Next one, the Espanol sauce. Now, this Espanol sauce is a brown sauce which is widely used for the meat and poultry preparations. It is basically reduced into a little more reduction in consistency, and it is widely used especially for the beef steaks and the pork steaks. Now, this diable sauce has a lightly richer in flavor because it has been reduced to half of its consistency, and also it goes well with the wine. So, a little bit of wine when it is added to the sauce, it gives a more richer in flavor. Now, this brown sauce is also called as Espanol sauce. Now, the derivatives of this Espanol sauce includes, first one we have is the Bordelaise sauce. Now, this Bordelaise sauce is basically a reduction of red wine, shallots, peppercorn, and then to this we also have bay leaf and thyme, and then we also add this brown sauce, and then we reduce into half is what you call as a sauce Bordelaise. Next one we have is a sauce Bourguignon. Bourguignon is nothing but it is basically a sauce which is more richer, and it is also used in steaks. Now it is basically a reduction of wine, shallots, bay leaf, parsley, and thyme, mushrooms. Butter is added to this. Apart from this butter, you also add cayenne pepper, and then this brown sauce is added. It is again reduced into a very thickened consistency, and then it has been added to the meat base. Apart from this, we have sauce Robert. It is basically where you have a reduction of a finely chopped onions. White wine is used here. Demi-glaze, that is nothing but a half reduction consistency of brown sauce. And then you add English mustard to it. And then it is basically used with grilled pork. This sauce Robert is given. Next one is sauce charcutière. So charcutière is basically a sauce Robert that is a reduction of the sauce. You add julienne of gherkins, and it is basically served with a grilled pork in it. Next one is the sauce saucier. It is one of the most common, very popular sauce. It is also called as a hunter sauce. Now this saucier is basically have mushrooms, onion, and brown sauce that has been reduced together. It is basically used for poultry and meat dishes. It is basically accompanies and goes well with this saucier sauce. Next one we have is the Colbert sauce. So Colbert sauce is basically it uses Colbert butter, and which is nothing but you have a Maître d'Hôtel butter, and it is additional of meat glaze to it, and then you add the chopped parsley and lemon and salt, and you get the sauce Colbert. Diable sauce is nothing but it's also called as devil sauce. Now this devil sauce is nothing but reduction of white wine. To this white wine we add the demi-glaze, shallots, and it has been seasoned with cayenne pepper. So cayenne pepper is quite stronger in a hot in the hot levels, and also it is served with grilled chicken and also with a pigeon meat, that is again a game meat. Next one is the Escoffier's Devil Sauce. Now, who's Escoffier? He's a chef of king and king of chefs. He's basically the one who did a lot of contribution to the culinary. So he's called king of chefs. So this Escoffier's Devil Sauce is nothing but it is a very common sauce, but here a lot of butter has been added, and it is basically served with poached fish or any kind of a grilled meat. This sauce has been served. Next one is the tomato sauce. So tomato sauce, again, it comes under the category of the hot sauce. Here we have Portuguese sauce. We have, apart from Portuguese sauce, we have Provençal sauce. We have Cerul sauce. So these are the tomatoes based sauce. So here for the Portuguese sauce, we have again, it is basically used, these sauces are widely used for making of pastas because tomato sauce is widely used in Italian and French. So this Italian, they have a base of it where you have tomato sauce, meat glaze, concuss, chopped onion, parsley, garlic, and tomatoes and sugar. Where it is well, this tomato sauce is widely used for pastas because it accompanies well with the pastas and other Italian and continental dishes as well. Next one is the Hollandaise sauce. So Hollandaise sauce comes under the classifications of emulsification, where it is done with a hot emulsification sauce. So here emulsification, this Hollandaise sauce also called as a Dutch sauces. It has a sauce maltaise, that is a derivation. It is nothing but hollandaise sauce. We add a blood orange juice, then we add orange zest, and little bit is served with asparagus. Then we have muslin. Muslin is nothing but is more creamy and softer in texture. So we add for this hollandaise sauce, we add a whipped cream to it, which is basically used in pastries. We add this so it becomes more softer and creamier in texture. Next one is we have the noisette sauce. So noisette is nothing but a burnt, or it is also called hazelnut in French. So this is basically where you have a kind of like a burnt kind of an aroma or nutty kind of an aroma in the sauce. So it has again hazelnut butter, and then you have it has been served with a seafood, that is salmon or trout. This sauce is widely being served. Next is sauce Rubens. It is basically a reduction of white wine, fish stock, and then to that you had the hollandaise sauce, and egg white is where you get this hollandaise sauce or the derivation of the Rubens sauce. Next one is the mayonnaise sauce. So mayonnaise sauce again comes under the emulsification, but it is a cold emulsification of egg white and the oil, that is the olive oil. So mayonnaise sauce, I'm pretty sure you'd all have tried with the French fries, burgers, wraps, and is very common these days. So here we have a derivatives. That is, first one we have is a sauce Alexandra, which is basically a mayonnaise sauce with a sieved egg yolk, boiled egg, English mustard. This is actually very creamy and nicer to eat and taste. We have sauce American. It is basically we have mayonnaise sauce and lobster. We have sauce. So this sauce Andalos is basically mayonnaise sauce, tomato puree, and to this we also have diced of sweet peppers to it. Next one is sauce Italian. So sauce Italian is basically a mayonnaise sauce. We add the poached sieved calf's brain. So what is calf brain? The baby calf. Okay, so we add poached calf brain to this Italian sauce with the mayonnaise sauce, and then lemon, salt and pepper, chopped parsley, and also it has been served with the whole meat as an accompaniment for it. Next one we have is sauce tartar. So tartar sauce is basically mayonnaise sauce, hard-boiled egg for the garnish, finely chopped onions and chives is what is being used for this mayonnaise sauce. Next one is the emerging trends of these sauces. So here in the emerging trends, apart from the mother sauces, a lot of dessert sauces are very famous. Now, what are the dessert sauce? Have you all tried ice cream with chocolate sauce or raspberry sauce, caramel sauce, hazelnut sauce? So these are basically an emerging trend, and it is also comes in the classification of the dessert sauces. So these includes, like for example, we have apricot sauce where we take the apricots of it, we add butter, sugar, and it has been nicely made into a syrup kind of a formation, and it's called an apricot sauce. Then we have the caramel sauce. It is butter and cream and sugar mixed together, and we get the caramel sauce. So these are the dessert sauces where it is widely used for a preparation of sweet dishes. Like for example, you've tried cranberry sauce or chocolate sauce. How is chocolate sauce made? We take sugar, we add a little water, we boil it. To that we add chocolate and then we again mix it, add butter for the glossy appearance. Okay. Then we have is the English sauce, or it is also called as sauce anglais, creme anglais, or it's also called as an English sauce, where it is again, it is made with egg yolk and cream and milk. It is made in a very lighter consistency. Now, where is this creme anglais or cream English sauce is being eaten? When you eat certain pies, like apple pie, or when you eat some pastries, okay? On top of this, the white color sauce that is being poured is basically this creme anglais or English sauce. Then we have is the orange sauce when we have crepe or when we have something like flaming, and then this orange and sugar is mixed together, and it is also used in a lot of crepes and a lot of sweet dishes, flambe dishes, because it gives a nice sour and a freshness kind of a taste in the dishes. Next one is a praline. Now, what is praline? Praline is nothing but, like for example, we take almonds, we nicely toast it with the sugar until the sugar caramelizes. Then it has been grinded into a fine paste. So that is called as a praline sauce. Apart from all almonds, we can use any culinary nuts, like for example, peanuts, hazelnuts, cashew nuts, pistachios. So these can be used for making the pralines. Next one is the raspberry sauce. We take raspberry sauce, again, sugar is added to it until it's been reduced to half of its consistency. And that is the fruit sauces. So these are basically the dessert sauces, and it is widely consumed. And these days, it goes accompaniment for brownies, ice creams. It actually goes and it kind of pairs well. Apart from this, it also goes for pancakes, waffles, or any flambe dishes. These dessert sauces are prepared in-house. Next one is the miscellaneous sauces. Now, what are these miscellaneous sauces? Miscellaneous sauces includes where it doesn't come under any kind of a derivatives, and this is basically made in-house by a chef. So this includes, like for example, we have Albert sauce, where you have a butter sauces simmered with horseradish. Horseradish is a very pungent kind of ingredient. So it's used also making wasabi. So it is used, a horseradish is used, cream, breadcrumbs is widely used, and it basically accompanies a legumes, that is vegetables and steak dishes. Apart from this, we have the applesauce. So applesauce, again, it goes for the main course for meat or vegetable dishes. Then we have the aromatic sauce, where a lot of herbs and spices is being added, and it is used where it can be used for turkeys or any game meat. This aromatic sauces has been widely used. Bread sauce is nothing but infusing milk and fresh white breads, salt and butter and cream, and you make it more creamier in texture, where it is usually served with poultry or any roasted game birds. This sauce has been widely used. Caper sauce is you take caper, we take olive oil, and then we nicely and toss it, and then butter, and we toss it, and then it is being widely used for the fish varieties. The caper sauce is widely used. Celery sauce is nothing but we again take a cream sauce, we add celery to it, puree the celery and add it. So it kind of gives a very it is basically highlights the flavor of the ingredients that is widely used. That is the miscellaneous or non-derivative sauces. So which includes like cranberry sauces, we add cranberry juices to it, fennel sauces, and then we add horseradish or mint sauces. So these are the examples of non-derivatives. Mother sauces and derivatives or other miscellaneous sauce is basically the compound butter sauces. So you all know the butter, where it has been classified into unsalted butter and salted butter. Now, what is compound butter? Compound butter is nothing but where the flavors is being added to the butter. Like for example, butter plus little bit of garlic, plus little bit of parsley, salt and pepper, which brings out a new flavors in the butter. That is a garlic flavor is very highlighted. So these sauces where a flavor is added in the butter, it's been frozen. It's been kept in the chiller to freeze, and then you unmold it and then cut it and use it for certain dishes is where you call it as the compound butter. Now, this compound butters, there are certain examples. Like for example, we have the almond sauce butter, where almond paste plus butter is called the amande, or it's called almond butters. Then we have anchovy fish plus the butter is called as the anchovy sauce butters. And then we add the parsley and little bit of butter, and then you add the sauce, you call it as a parsley butters. Then we have the garlic butters. Then we have is a crayfish butter shrimp sauce. What is shrimp sauce? Shrimp that has been pounded with the butter, and then you sieve it, and then you use it for other dishes or use it for coating the other dishes. Like for example, I have a steak. Then I would take a garlic butter, I melt it and I pour it on the steak to enhance the flavor. Is again comes under the sauces category. Like for example, we have is a tarragon sauce. What is tarragon sauce? We take tarragon leaves, we heat it with the butter, and then we sieve it and then use it for the other dishes for the accompaniment of the sauces is what we call it as the compound butters. Then we have is a lobster sauce. What is lobster sauce? We take the creamy part of the egg, we take the lobsters, we use it in the butter, we nicely sieve it, and then we use it in the dishes is where we call it as a lobster sauce. So any ingredient plus the butter is where we call it as a compound butter sauces. Or other miscellaneous sauces also, it comes under the category of this. Next one is the mustard sauce. Again, we take a creamy butter mixed with the French Dijon mustards, and then it's been added for the dishes is called as the mustard sauce. So these are the sauces and its derivatives. So in today's session, we understood our mother sauces, derivatives of mother sauces, miscellaneous sauces, dessert sauces, and compound butter sauces. Thank you.